we've got 118 insects that Gorse supports. So I was thinking of some ornamental garden plants that could potentially be substituted out for Gorse that have similar attributes. We got Berberis darwinii, perhaps an evergreen shrub, also sort of orangey yellow flowers, or Mahonia aquifolium, actually now Berberis aquifolium, yellow flowers. Mahonia flowers over about the same time as Gorse, but either of those don't really support any phytophagous insects, so supporting the caterpillars of moss butterflies or other plant-eating insects. They do a little bit for pollinators, agreed, which is fine. But if we're trying to get nowadays the maximum benefit or plants that contribute highly to nature, because as we know, insects are in a very sorry state, then if we can swap out some of these plants that are very newly introduced from not both of those are introduced in the 19th century, so I haven't got those relationships with insects that have evolved with them here. They have where they're from. Berberis was first discovered in 1835 by Charles Darwin and was introduced shortly after that into Britain. He found it in South America, sort of Chile kind of area. Mahonia is North American, and that was introduced in the 1870s. Again, so no relationships with British insects. Another one could perhaps be Forsythia intermedia. That's it. Yellow flowering shrub. It's deciduous. And that flowers about the same time as Berberis darwinii. That was introduced from East Asia, so Japan, China, Korea, and that in itself is a cross of two plants that are both from there. Introduced also in 1870s, and quite a lot of these plants are sort of semi-naturalized in the wild now. So they've escaped from our gardens or from botanical gardens, and they're not really offering that much, and arguably taking the space of plants that are more suited to our ecology, to our insects, birds, small mammals, reptiles, amphibians, etc. I hope that's inspired you a little bit to delve into the world of native plants. If this has inspired you at all, then to put some in your garden or land that you own, or just to have a look a little bit more closely at what native plants do and how they support nature ecology, then that's great. And obviously please subscribe, leave comments, blah 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 blah, you know the drill. Okay, laters.